All right, um, so I just picked up my baby from daycare, and oh no, we're gonna go this way. That's an electric Escalade. That is nice. All right, so I just picked up Elijah, as you can see back there. He had another good day at daycare. So actually, let me start from this morning. So this morning we got up pretty good. Elijah was super comfortable laying next to his mommy this morning, but he did really good. We had a nice, easy, relaxing time getting ready. Went ahead and got him dressed. Actually, one thing that did happen when we were going to walk out the door, I forgot my work phone. So we walked back upstairs to go get my work phone. We walked upstairs together. And then as we walked back down, and I was holding his hand, obviously, but as we were walking down, he slipped on one of the steps. And as he was falling, he slipped and fell. I held onto his arm, and I think I scratched his wrist a little bit, maybe with one of my nails or something. So he had like a little cut. It wasn't bleeding, but it's a little cut. And and that cut was definitely a little irritating to him. So I kind of had to pull over to look at it for a little bit to make sure he was okay, because he was whining a little bit. It definitely was bothering him. What's wrong, baby? Let me take. Oh, I see it. It's a little scratchy. Let me see. Can I see? Can I see? Again, no blood, but it was definitely irritating to him. So, but I was glad that by the time I got him to daycare, I told them about it a little bit, and they went on ahead and they put a little Band-Aid on his wrist, and I saw it. They put a little Band-Aid on there just so that he wouldn't scratch at it and stuff like that. So that was pretty nice of them. But yeah, so today is Thursday. This makes a whole week. Well, I guess not really a week. He started going to daycare to this new daycare last Thursday. So now we're at the next Thursday. Take that for what it's worth. But he really, really likes it, man. Elijah will show me. And for those of y'all that don't know, Elijah is on the autism spectrum. He is classified as nonverbal. So, he's 4 years old now, but he really is, he's still identified as nonverbal. So he really doesn't communicate verbally with words as far as, what he thinks, what he feels and stuff like that. But he is able to communicate with me non-verbally, right? And kind of show me by his mood and some things that he does, by his actions, what he's feeling for the most part, right? So I just say that to say I can definitely tell that by the vibe that he gives me on a day-to-day basis when I bring him to daycare here, especially compared to our prior daycare that we were going to, he does enjoy coming here. He does have a good time. So far, each day, the people that work there, they give me different reports and let me know, how he's doing, how he's adjusting, and everyone has nothing but great things to say, not only about Elijah for who he is, which I know that he's amazing, right? He's amazing. But also the way that they talk about, how he is in this, in his current environment at the daycare. So, I'm happy. I'm happy that my little boy is happy. That's the main thing. So far, everybody seems super nice. They seem very understanding. They are very impressed with some things with Elijah. One thing that I see on a regular basis is that, when I pick him up from daycare, Elijah has learned to clean up after himself with toys that he's playing or whatever the case may be before he leaves. And here at this daycare, he does the, oh, sorry, so every day we bring the iPad in the car, but he says please when he wants me to make sure that it's connected to the Wi-Fi, which it is now. There you go, baby. So that's the reason why I always have my phone, so I can make sure that his iPad syncs up with my phone. But I really need to look at getting him another iPad that has cellular service on it. For right now, we really weren't sure how he would utilize the iPad and everything, so we got him one with just Wi-Fi. And most times we're okay with that because he's at home most times. But there are those times when we go on trips and we go other places where him having cellular service would be a huge help. So yeah, I think that I might look into that and just make sure that it makes sense cost-wise. Because everything is expensive these days. Everything's expensive these days. I'm just glad that everyone's receptive to him. Everyone is really nice to him. And he's adjusting pretty well at his new daycare. It's currently the summertime. And I was glad that I was able to get him into this daycare. And by the way, I'll share the whole story about why we had to switch daycares. I'll make a video about that later on. But for right now, we have to find a new daycare for him, which I did. And I'm glad that we were able to get him in this new environment during the summertime, because it is an adjustment for him going to a new location. But again, he's adjusting really, really well. But for right now, it is the summertime, so he just goes there. They're pretty much playing. They have different activities and stuff that they do, but that is one adjustment that he needed to make, is going to a new daycare facility. The reason why I'm glad that we're doing it over the summertime, though, is because come this school year, Eliza's going to start going to special ed pre-K, and he's going to start doing that with the county that we live in at one of the schools. So essentially what his schedule would be is, he'll go to daycare in the morning when I take him. Usually probably be like around 8 o'clock or so, 7:45, 8 o'clock, something like that. He'll have his before school care at the same daycare that we're going right now, right? So he'll be there, he'll have his breakfast, he'll be able to play, do some things, stuff like that. Then around 11:30, the county is going to send a bus to come pick him up, take him to the school location for special ed pre-K. He'll be there all the way up until about 3:30 or so, and then they'll send a bus from the school to take him back to the daycare for after school care. And I'll pick him up from there like around 5:30, something like that, whenever I get off of work. So again, that'll be another adjustment for him, because he'll be getting on a bus, right? He'll be traveling with people that are not his mom and dad, right? And that's gonna be a new thing for him. I'm glad to separate those two adjustments instead of him doing all those adjustments at one time. So he's going through this adjustment right now, getting used to the new place, which he's adjusting really well. And I think in about another 3 weeks or so is when school starts, and then he'll go through that adjustment. And best believe, I will be right there following that bus, right? I will be following that bus when they pick him up and everything, right? When they bring him back, at least for the first couple of days, just to see how everything goes, so that I'm okay and I'm comfortable with the whole situation as well. So yeah, I'm excited about it. The program that he's going to be in, I did go down to the school. I have seen the classroom. I have not seen the teachers yet. So I'm looking forward to having an opportunity to talk to the teachers, to kind of get a feel, to see what the day is going to be like. The main focus that they will be giving Elijah when he is there is that he'll be able to get more speech, attention to help him out with his speech, as well as, occupational therapy, which is what he was doing right now, but he'll be getting that special attention instead of what I'm doing right now. So instead of what I'm doing right now, to where he's going to OT on 2 days a week, now he'll be getting that attention that he needs every day. And I think and hope, right, that's going to pay off tremendously as far as helping him in his development. That's what he'll be getting at special ed pre-K, but he'll still get his time to play. And in the afternoons when he goes to evening care back at the daycare facilities. I'm very hopeful that this thing is beneficial to him. I'm looking forward to talking to the teachers, kind of seeing how the class is structured. One of the things that I did right off the bat is that I needed to know if they had cameras, right, inside the classroom, because again, my son is nonverbal. One thing that definitely helped me out in preparing for these things is that there's another YouTube channel, another YouTuber that I follow called The Gentle Life. Some of you guys may be aware that do watch content about children on the autism spectrum, but I really like their story and I can relate to it because my son is slightly younger than their daughter. And by the way, their daughter's name is Miko. And they share all the things that they experience with Miko, different things that they do with her. And I've learned a lot from them and some of the things that they shared on their journey of being on the autistic spectrum. But I believe that Miko's got to be maybe 6 months to 9 months older than Elijah. So it helps me out because, there's a lot of content out there from a lot of different people, but they share experiences that are not too far off ahead of the things that, that me and Elijah are going to be experiencing. And they're all not the same, right? All children on the autism spectrum are not the same, but there are a lot of things that are similar in this case. So I definitely learned a lot. They prepared me for a lot, and I'm truly thankful for content creators like that, that share their story. And I don't know how long or how consistent I could be with sharing content with Elijah, but I hope that I can do that and maybe I could be that help for somebody else in the future. I am happy with where we are right now. I'm happy with some of the development that Elijah has had so far up to this point. We have been doing speech therapy. We've been doing speech therapy once a week. We've been doing occupational therapy once a week. OT has been an hour and speech has been 30 minutes. And those have been helpful, but I do believe that by him getting the special attention every day in special ed pre-K, it could only help, his development if they are as understanding and the professionals that I hope they are in dealing with children on the autism spectrum. I'm excited about it. I think the class is going to be small. I forgot that they told me the exact number, but I don't think the class is going to be any bigger than like 12 kids per session. So in his class, he'll have the max of 12 other kids in there. So he'll be able to get more attention on a daily basis of the things that he needs. So we're really excited about it, really hopeful for him. As you can see, he's chilling back there. He has his iPad and he has his squares. We call them squares, but they are Cheez-Its. He loves them. I got to make sure that I have those things every day because he looks for it every day. He looks to get in the car, he looks for his iPad, he looks for his Cheez-Its. And I have had days to when I went to go pick him up and I forgot them. I literally had to turn back around, go back home to make sure that I had them in the car before I picked them up, man. So, because I have been there before where I forgot it completely and it was a tough ride coming back. So, my baby doesn't get everything that he wants, but those basic things like that, I definitely don't mind making sure that he has things that just make him more comfortable and make him happy. So anyway, that's all I got for today with with my baby Elijah. I don't know what can we call this? Riding with Elijah? I don't know, something like that. Maybe we'll call it something like that. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for riding with us, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.